right, Alan, it's time for us to talk about Drive Away Dolls. Drive Away Dolls is directed by one of the Coen brothers. It's not a Coen brothers movie, although it kind of feels like one. It's directed by Ethan Coen, and here's what I love about this movie. It's 84 minutes. I'm already in. Also, along with if you've seen the posters for Drive Away Dolls, it's this like exploitation movie poster design, which I really love. It's about a woman named Jamie and Marion. Jamie is played by Margaret Qualley, which I believe is Andy McDowell's daughter.
Yes, that's right.
And Geraldine Viswanathan plays Marion. We last saw Geraldine Viswanathan in a movie called Blockers. I thought she was a standout in that film. So Jamie and Marion are friends. They are both lesbians. They go to the lesbian bar. What I like about this film is the fact that they happen to be lesbians is just, it's not their main personality trait. They just happen to be lesbians that like to sleep around. Jamie
One of them does.
Exactly. Jamie is a stand-up comedian that is, she sleeps around with a lot of girls, ends up breaking up with her girlfriend at the beginning, and goes on a road trip with Marion, who she drags on. And Marion is super uptight. She works in an office. Everything's buttoned up. She's kind of boring. And she's a book nerd. She's reading a Henry James novel. And she's super uptight. Jamie, she's loosey-goosey, out for fun. The two of them decide to get a drive-away. What is a drive-away? Drive-away is a car where it's going on a one-way trip. So you're basically delivering a car to a particular destination. You make a little cash on the side, little vacation. This car has to get to its destination the next day. That's where things go wrong. There is something in the trunk of this car, in a briefcase, which will be revealed. And fortunately, unlike Pulp Fiction, we actually get to see what's in this briefcase about in the middle of the movie. What it is will shock you, and it's awesome. It's awesome. We'll get to that later. Of course, she's being followed by a bunch of goons are out to get them because they want what's in the briefcase. There's also another bag that's in there. Coleman Domingo plays the chief. He's in charge. And then there are Bill Camp. Not Bill Camp. There are two other actors. CJ Wilson is one of the goons. Joey Slotnick is the other goon. And they are idiots. Joey's more of a people person. CJ Wilson as Flint. He's more of a shoot now, ask questions later. They're both complete idiots after them as they're following them on this road movie. It's incredibly entertaining, laugh out loud moments. It's also, hey, you know what? Kind of sexy. You see as a young girl, Marion, you see that as a young girl, she was checking out the neighbor who would sunbathe nude in her backyard. I don't know. It's a raunchy thriller crime comedy that is in the style of a Coen Brothers movie, but very different.
I describe it as if only one of the Coen brothers directed this movie, that's the kind of Coen Brothers movie it was.
That's exactly a perfect description. I'll say this. My expectations for this movie were low. I thought the trailer was awful. There's a line in the trailer that really turned me off, that got no laughs. A lot of people are maybe going to speculate that this movie's political because they go to this meeting. They're meeting with some guy. He's like, "Who are you two girls?" And they say, "We're Democrats." The line dies in the room. Not one person laughed. It's stupid. And it's the only political thing about this movie. They should have cut that line. I thought it was really awful, but there's so many other things. There's this character named Curly that sends them off on their journey.
That's Bill Camp, by the way.
But Bill Camp, oh my God. He's so funny in this understated performance. He's just an a-hole, and he's there's this line he delivers in the middle of the movie where the audience just burst out. It's so good. But 84-minute film, super fun, not super political in terms of pushing a message. What?
Sorry, you mispronounced pushing.
Oh, did I say? Oh, I mispronounced pushing. Pussing.
Keep saying it. Keep saying it.
That was all right. Freudian slip. But it was just fun. I mean, I would go see it again. Look, I hated the trailer. The trailer completely turned me off to this movie. Everything I read about this movie turned me off. The movie itself is super fun. It's just these, the thing is that, if you're bothered by the fact that the two leads are gay, I don't know what to tell you. They're people first before being gay, right? Like that's their thing. It's the kind of raunchy comedy that Hollywood would have made about a bunch of dudes. They just happen to be lesbians. But I'm going to say this. I am not complaining about any of the lesbian scenes. I have no complaints whatsoever. That's all I'm going to say on that.
And there is nudity in this movie.
There is a healthy dose of nudity. So I really enjoyed
half of the boobs were amazing.
Do we have a review on the Film Threat website?
No, it came out yesterday.
Okay, no. We'll get a review. I'm sure. I'm just saying I really enjoyed it. Unexpected because I thought the trailers sucked. I thought the marketing sucked, and it's portraying the movie. Here's the problem I have with the marketing. It's portraying that the movie will only appeal to a certain audience. I disagree. The movie will appeal to a lot of people. So, as in particular, if you're a fan of the older Coen Brothers movies, the ones that focused on comedy, like Raising Arizona, you're going to like this. It's got a sort of Southern feel to it too. I'm talking about Raising Arizona, right?
Yeah.
Older Coen Brothers, the earlier funny Coen Brothers. So I recommend Drive Away Dolls. 7 for me, 6.5 or 7 for me. And the fact that it's like under 90 minutes, chef's kiss. Alan, what do you think?
Yeah, you definitely like this movie more than I did. Look, I felt the same about this movie as I did Drugstore June. It was fine. I got through it. The story was interesting, but I didn't laugh out loud at any point. Look, and also, yeah, it's not woke, but this movie is a very lesbian movie. It's a lesbian Thelma Louise. It's a story that I think will appeal to lesbians as it really gets into lesbian culture. How many times can I say that? I'm going to say it even more. But it's just, it wasn't made for me. The comparison I would make with this movie is with Bottoms. Bottoms, I was laughing from start to finish. It was hysterical. This is not that movie. It's just, Margaret Qualley it's weird because she's a Southerner playing a Texan, and it's just she has this weird character. And I will admit, in the beginning of the movie, it was annoying the way she would talk, just her mannerisms, and it kind of grew on me at the end. I think Geraldine Viswanathan is much better. She's the best character in this movie. It has our favorite actor who's in everything, Pedro Pascal in it.
Right.
And,
no, but I love the way they deal with Pedro Pascal. Yeah. I don't want to say it, but
but he appears in a lot of the movie, and for people who don't like him, you'll love it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you don't like Pedro Pascal, you'll love it.
Yeah.
You'll love it.
Yeah, here's the thing. I call this half a Coen Brothers movie because it has the elements of a Coen Brother movie. It's just got these weird characters with a dark tone to it, but it's a very light, dark tone, if that makes any sense. Fargo, for example, similar characters, but the gravity of the situation, the stakes of the movie are grave, and you feel those stakes. And this one is just kind of a throwaway comedy at this point. And that's how I would kind of describe this movie, as a throwaway Coen Brothers movie. And that's why only one of them was involved. So it's very hard for me to recommend the movie because you're not going to get the laughs you think you will. I think, yes.
Well, did you see it? Okay, wait a second.
Hold on. Okay. No, I gotta say, you're right in the sense of the lesbian lovemaking and the lesbian romance. it was very appealing and attractive in this movie. Even the nudity was great. But it's not my movie. It's not. It's if I have lesbian friends, I would probably recommend this movie to them.
What about people who just like lesbians?
I don't know that you're going to get that either. It's
Well, it breaks away from those kind of cliches. We meet different types of quote lesbian characters in the film. They're not all cliches. They're not stereotypes.
Yeah.
Look, in particular, the Marion character, she wants to find love.
Right.
She wants to be in love and have a
love in all the right ways, and not in the promiscuous, horny way that what's her name, Jamie, is in. The other thing is, you say it's not political. It's true. It's not political until the back end of the movie, like the last few moments where a villain is revealed, and the reason he's a villain, he's a Republican.
Yeah, see that and it just I groaned when I saw that.
Yeah.
That's why it's not getting like it's for me, like I say, 6.5 or 7 out of 10. But look, I had a good time. I was entertained. The audience I saw it with laughed, and that Democrat line, which I hated from the trailer, died in the room. Not not a reaction. So that gives me
funny
faith.
is when I was walking out of the theater, this couple walks out, and the guy clearly was there because of his girlfriend, and the guy goes, I totally wasn't expecting that.
Look, you're gonna have a good time. It's 84 minutes, and I guess if you're offended by certain things, well, then there you are.
Yeah, I would say go see Bottoms instead. That's a much better lesbian comedy. And I think it has broader appeal than this movie.
And by the way, the original title of this movie was Drive Away Dykes. That was the original title, and they took that, they got rid of that title and retitled it something, but there's a little nod to that at the end.
Yeah.
So stick until the end. Stick with it till the end. All right, let's
stick it in the end. That's what you're saying.
Stick it in the end. Stick it in the end. ADells24 goes on to say all raunchy sex comedies seem to be female focused, which I always find odd considering it was very different when I was growing up. This is the end results of what Sex in the
City started
years ago.
Yeah.
And also
let me respond to that one real quick.
Please,
I think it's true. A lot of the raunchy sex comedies are female centered, female driven. Because I think back in the 80s and the 90s, it was it was men sexualizing women. Today it's okay because it's women sexualizing women.
Look, there's a scene where the character Marion, as a young girl, she drills a hole into the fence to look at this naked lady next door, the naked woman who's sunbathing with like cowboy boots. Freaking hot. I don't
That's
see
right out of Porky's. That's right out of Porky's.
It's right out of. I don't see how any straight man, Alan included, could dislike at least the nudity in this film.
No, I did not dislike the nudity in this film.